The following is a presentation of Real Wise Productions and Komen Media Incorporated. Sisters are doing it for themselves. Next on Mentality. Welcome to another installment of Mentality, where iron sharpens iron in the realm of health, wealth, mental health, entrepreneurship, love, and brotherhood, all from a man's perspective. I am one of the co-hosts of this program, Cole Johnson, aka the Mad Scientist and EP extraordinaire, also the EP of all EPs. And I am joined as always by the other co-host of this program, the man that you know as Wise All, the man that you sometimes know as Bizarro Wise, the man you also know as Mr. Stuck in My Mind, or I'm about to call him Mr. James Lipton, and also your boy King Petty, your boy and mine, WIZE, aka Wise El Jefe. How you doing, man?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. How are you today?
Man, I'm doing good. In Crown Heights, brothers Nader and Nassar Zaidan, well, they stood behind their bodega's counter, gushing over photos of a cat who calls the store home. Nasser Zaidan, pointing to a photo of a chunky gray and white cat named Thumb, said, quote, "Everybody loves him. A Jewish kid, a black kid, an Arab kid, and a Hindu kid. Everybody loves cats. They're the best pets you could ever have." Close quote. Thumbs belongs to a special group of feline friends who can be found napping and supposedly hunting for mice inside the signature corner stores. They're called bodega cats, and they've become neighborhood staples and amassed large followings on social media. And of course, my brother knows when I mention Crown Heights, he knows the borough of which I'm speaking. So my question to you, sir, since you are a Brooklynite, do you believe New Yorkers get a bad rap on being cold and callous, unlike what this story is saying?
Yeah. People just gotta understand. New Yorkers seem cold and careless. It's just that we're just always on the move, right? But when we're with our family and we're chilling and relaxing, that's when we get to really be ourselves. Like we get to. But when we're out in the streets and what they see from TV and stuff is this New Yorkers just keep it moving. We don't like that's why celebrities love New York City, because they can be on the train and no one's gonna mess with them. They're gonna be left alone. They're gonna be. I've seen pictures of Keanu Reeves on the train and nobody harasses them. Because in New York, it's like, listen, we there, we mind our business, we keep it moving. Mm-hmm. And then when it's time for us to express ourselves and show our feelings, we do. It's just not. It's not an everyday thing. It's not something we just show like that. But when it comes to bodega cats, everybody knows the local bodega cats. Even when I was growing up, Rubio had a bodega cat, and he slept all over the bread and everything. So, and when the kids would go in and pet him and stuff like that. So yeah, it's not. I don't know why people think we're cold and heartless, but that's just something that New York, well, New York City. This it's more New York City than anything else. Because when you're from like
Mhm.
upstate New York and everything, it's different. You're more
Yeah,
more friendly and yeah, so it's different.
yeah. That's what I've come to understand. And I have an aunt for I think 50 years now. She's been in Harlem and she's taken the ways of how New York is. And then she basically is the exact same with what you just described. If people are not really worth her time, she really doesn't deal with them. But those she loves, oh man, she's the outpouring of love is absolutely off the charts.
It's listen. That's one thing that's for sure is if we mess with you, we mess with you. We ride or die. But
Right.
if I don't with you, I just don't with you. Like just keep it moving, man. I don't gotta. It's just certain people out there too that need to learn that, man. They're gonna learn the hard way though.
Oh my gosh. Well, if you're keeping score, Kamala Harris and Donald Trump next month actually will be debating. Now, as Kamala Harris prepares for the Democratic National Convention later this week, or this week starting today and tomorrow and Wednesday and Thursday, as of this recording. And Donald Trump is preparing to tour all over the country to do rallies, most likely in battleground states. The former president has re-begun his unique style of debate preparation involving consultations with advisors and friends, including a prominent former debate opponent of Harris. That would be the former U.S. Representative Tulsi Gabbard, who now was a Democrat. Now she's in. And now it looks like Trump and Harris are scheduled to square off. And they're going to do a debate in Philly, sponsored by ABC News, which that I find hilarious, September the 10th. Now, Harris has begun more traditional debate preparations herself, including mock debates at her alma mater, Howard University, in Washington, D.C. Now, my question to you, sir, is what would you like to see in this debate next month?
Um, him actually debate about
Hmm.
policies,
Hmm.
not name calling, not not, like everything I've seen him talk about. Like the day he was supposed to talk about the economy, he talked about
Hmm.
Tic Tac. He talked about Tic Tacs. This little Tic Tac and this big Tic Tac. And then all he was focused on, he focused on that didn't have to do with the economy. So if this is how he's gonna come with to the debate, where he's just gonna come with name calling and acting childish, he's gonna lose. Talking about she's not intelligent. My man, you can't talk. You can't talk, man. I've been watching you the last month or the last 3 weeks since she became the candidate. You
Yeah, you
just
don't know.
cannot. You have not talked about policy. All you've done is attack her. You just attacked her. You, or is she Indian or she black? All of a sudden she's black. But man, you're not focusing on the right things. Truly, true Americans don't care about that name calling bullshit. We want to know what about policies. What the hell are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Your Magites might appreciate you because they're dumb too, just like you. they
Oh
they
no.
they might enjoy the name calling because that's all they can do. They can't properly debate.
Not that dumb
Some of the
too.
people I've seen them, uh, this even his own party is like, we need to get off the name calling
Right.
and the race and all this, and let's start debating policy. Let's start talking about the war. Let's start talking about abortion. Why do you keep focusing on name calling?
Yeah.
Is that all you got? And all they did was call you weird, and you tripping. Weird. That's all they called you was weird. You are weird. Ding, 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 you are. Listen, to debate policy, get off the name calling and the rhetoric that you're going with, because you're just going to lose if you continue with this nonsense.
She's the Speaker Emerita, a newly published author, and she has served in politics for more than 4 decades. But her journey in the public sphere isn't over yet. That's why the 84-year-old Nancy Pelosi, the longest serving member of California's congressional delegation, she announced that she will seek another term.
Do we not discuss this last time? That I didn't want to, like, I could care less that she's running for another term. Like, I don't care. Like, she needs to go. She needs to go. Like, she wants to be like like Senator Feinstein and get rolled in. What the hell, man? Nobody wants. Someone needs to speak to this lady. I don't know who. Gavin might be you. Might have to be you. You might have to speak to her. Like, go. You and George enjoy the rest of your lives. We no longer need your old in office. Sayonara.
Gavin being the governor of California, Gavin Newsom. Oh my gosh, you are brutal.
My advice is to someone, I don't know who, I'm not saying I do this, but like trip her or something, like break a hip or something, like maybe she's drop out at then.
Oh no. Tripper. Oh Lord. Oh Lord, she's 84 now. She doesn't need to fall any place because she could break a whole lot of things if she did. Oh my god.
That would be the idea. Then she'll be home and she can't run.
Oh Lord. We're just getting started. Mentality will return. Cool McCain.
You thought you wanted to go through against Chad Gable, but you didn't. And I'm going to tell you why. Chad Gable would take everything that Gunther's done and bury it.
The Playmaker.
It was on site. AJ Styles walked out there, seen LA Knight. Oh, okay, nigga. LA Knight hopped out the car. Let's go.
Break down everything in TNA, AEW, and all of the WWE programming. Join these two kings, monarchs of wrestling, live every Monday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 p.m. Central on the Play Caller Sports Talk YouTube channel. Drew Willingham.
In this case, yeah, you put the blame on Kyle Shanahan for apparently not preparing the team enough for the overtime rules, supposedly.
Cole Johnson. Peyton was considered the winner, and he was the darling of all darlings for Gerald. With a special appearance by Tyrone Alizé McDummy.
Ain't nobody calling me. Text. Delete.
Join these two football enthusiasts as they give you Total Football Talk. Live every Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central on the Sertoba Media and the Comey Media YouTube channels. Welcome back to Mentality, where men are men and, men are men. With Wiser Leffy, I'm Cole Johnson, and we're going to skip Celebrity Style because, well, as of when this drops, day one of the Democratic National Convention is underway, and Chicago is all abuzz with how the Democratic Party is going to move. much similar to how it was 90 miles further north when the Republicans had their national convention last month. But this one is going to take a different tone, and not just because who's on top of the ticket. What do I mean? Well, welcome to Politically Speaking. Well, welcome to Chicago. Less than 3 weeks remained until the Democratic National Convention, and Moore, the chair of the party's political showcase, didn't know who was going to be Kamala's running mate. It had only been a couple of weeks since she had stepped into the role of becoming the party's presumptive presidential nominee, and convention plans were zigzagging for days. Actually, it was zigzagging for months. Still, Moore was managing to slightly restructure the program to highlight Harris's values and introduce her to American voters, as thousands of delegates and lawmakers and volunteers and others were ready to gather in the Windy City to help her win in the White House. Now, of course, the vice president has selected her running mate. It is Minnesota's Governor Tim Walz, or as MAGAites have called him, Tampon Tim. But Mignon Moore. Now, you probably say, well, I don't know this person. Well, she is reflecting what the top of the ticket in the Democratic Party is representing. For the first time ever, a woman of color will be a presidential nominee for a major political party, and Black women will play most of the key roles in leading the Democratic convention, from the chaplain to some of the speakers, and obviously the moment, the coup de grace, the formal acceptance of the Democratic presidential nomination for the president of the United States, which that will be Thursday. Now, I'll begin by asking you this, sir. How proud of you that we are now going to have such strong representation of Black women on a huge political stage?
I'm very proud, man. I'm very proud. It's about time. It's about time. And there's some superstars out there, man. From your home state of Texas, one of my favorites, Jasmine Crockett. She's one of my favorites because she speaks her mind. She's very highly educated, and she's for the people, and she talks policy. This is like, but if you try to attack her, she bites back, and I love that. I love the fact that she bites back, and there's some. Listen, I'm seeing more potential in up and coming Democrats than I do in Republicans. There's not much, like, because the Republicans are highlighting the wrong people. They're highlighting the idiots like Marjorie Taylor Greene, Lauren Boebert, Beetlejuice.
Really?
Matt. I thought she was 19 Getz.
Oh Lord.
And quite a few other ones.
Oh Lord.
Where are the Ben Sassers of the party? And I keep saying that. People keep asking, who's Ben Sasser? Look him up. He is now the chancellor in Florida. But prior to that, he was a representative in Nebraska, and he talked about policies. He didn't want to. He was someone, when I heard him talk about we need to focus more on policy than politics, he became one of my favorite Republicans. And then he decided to leave the party. Smart man, because he saw where that party was going.
That's a shame, because I think we need to have more. And how can I describe him? I wouldn't say he's straight moderate, but I would say he's probably like maybe to the right of center. And I think the Republican Party needs more of those types of figures that basically like what the late senator from Arizona
John McCain.
uh yeah, John McCain, couldn't even think of his first name. John McCain was. And they actually called him a maverick, and even to the point where other Republicans were like, "What the heck you doing? You rode the shovels too much with the Democratic Party." Nah, man, get you. I'm thinking the Republican Party needs more of those types of figures, more like a Ben Sass, because I think Ben Sass was cut from the mold of a John McCain. I just don't understand how they can't see that. And so,
Well, because first of all, it starts at the top,
mhm,
and you're led by a narcissist whose only focus is himself. People are like, oh, but he does it for the people. No, he does it for the power. He doesn't do it for the people. He wants to be president because of the power that comes with it. He's not doing it because he cares for the people. He does. He's already said it plenty of times that if he was gonna go for it, when it would go for the dumb, he would encourage the dumb people. Listen, as long as he leads this party, it's just not gonna be good. It's just not. There's just people who are tired of his shit, and I don't know when the Republican Party is gonna realize this, because you're gonna just keep losing if you continue to go down this path.
Yeah, I agree. I 100% agree. And the reason why I think it's alarming that we're seeing now this stark difference between one party that still wants to lean white and male for the most part and old, and another party who seems to want to embrace diversity. The differences are becoming even more and more stark. Now, we both have our reasons as to why we aren't Democrats, obviously. But if we're looking at a party that seems to want to embrace more the idea of what America really is about, well, is there a choice if that's the only question you have?
Yeah.
Now, considering that in Chicago, we are seeing, or we are about to see, I should say, more importantly, a woman of color, doesn't matter if she claims to be Indian only or black only. She claims both, actually. Since we're having a woman of color for the first time represent the top of a major party ticket, how should we be as men in hearing the news of other black women who are supporting her being at the forefront of the upcoming Democratic National Convention?
We should celebrate it.
Yeah.
We should celebrate it because it's unprecedented. This is something that has never happened, especially with what we've gone through, and even the last 100 years, what we've gone through as a society and everything, and as a race, where people of color, even 60, 70 years ago, were second-class citizens.
Yep.
And now we have one running for president. It's amazing. It's amazing. And they continue. And it's funny because they continue to attack. Oh, she's a DEI hire. She's a D. And I continue to tell people, like, okay, but the two offices she won, she got elected.
Yeah.
She got elected for Attorney General and
California
Senator.
and Senator. Yeah. US
So
Senator.
how is that a DEI hire? You clowns are just when she was the assistant DA or DA, whatever, man. Like it's they don't know what to do with her. First of all,
Man, yeah,
they
they're
don't know.
flummoxed. They're
They don't
flummoxed.
know. So now, since they don't know what to do with her, they're gonna continue to struggle. It just doesn't look good for them.
Mentality will be back in 2 and 2. This is a BS3 Network presentation.
I want to do a TED Talk, but I don't have anything to talk about yet. I'm getting there.
Life is for the living. We're not here that long.
You can learn anything you want to learn without any money spent.
What do I really enjoy? What do I really want out of life?
I am your host, WIZE.
Are you in a life holding pattern? Well, this is for you. Welcome to the Stuck in My Mind podcast. Live every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 4 p.m. Central. Join Ryan McCarthy.
I became a Jets fan because Kurt the Frog was my favorite Muppet because he was green, and the Jets wore green. That's how I became a Jets fan.
And Dustin Henry.
ESPN is cashing all in on let's pay a few personalities and we'll just kind of fill in the gaps.
As they walk you through all of the world of sports from their perspective.
The Albany Empire, it's a literal circus.
No credentials required. Where, Ryan, say the tag.
Where you don't need a press pass to talk sports.
Live every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central on YouTube and where you can find podcasts. Welcome back to Mentality, the place created, suited, and served up for all men. With Wise and Lefty, I'm Cole Johnson. All right, now we've talked about politics. I think it's time that we talk about other matters. One that I think is going to probably make my my brother laugh and angry at the same time. Welcome to Something to Ponder. Now, we are 1 week removed from the closing ceremonies of these past Olympic Games in Paris. Well, this past weekend, not yesterday and Saturday, but last weekend, held a game that seemed to capture the interest of the U.S. Both the men's and women's got gold, but the men's game was really interesting from the standpoint of one fellow and a diehard Celtics fan.
Oh man.
You see, this diehard Celtics fan was hoping for Team USA to lose to host country France in the gold medal game for the men's basketball tournament. Now, the Barstool Sports owner Dave Portnoy, he was set off by Jason Tatum's benching during the summer games, as when they played Serbia twice, Tatum did not see the court either time, prompting him to hop on the French bandwagon ahead of the title game last Saturday. Portnoy put forth a 3-minute video, which part of it said, quote, I was rooting against the U.S., and I want France to beat them by 1,000 points. I don't care that I'm American. The disrespect that Steve Kerr has shown Jason Tatum throughout this tournament makes me hate this team. Close quote. And so now I will turn the floor over to you, sir. What is Dave Portnoy's malfunction?
Boston, first of all. Boston. Dave Portnoy.
Thank you, say it with.
And I saw this clip. It came on my feed, and I clicked on it because I wanted to see what this idiot was saying. And and when he was rooting against Team USA because his boy wasn't seeing the court, it really boggled. It didn't really surprise me because I know how this sucker works. So this dude is a clown. It's like you should be happy that your guy didn't get worn out. Like I'm kind of happy that Jalen Brunson didn't make the team because now he got to rest his hand and get healthy, and so you should be happy that your guy was a cheerleader watching real basketball players at work. I'm sorry, Jason Tatum. I don't mean to disrespect you. This has nothing to do with you. It just has to do with that idiot. I apologize because I really like your game. It's just too bad that you play for Boston. It sucks that you play for Boston, but I do got to give you your props, and I got to give Jaylen Brown his props, and I got to give White his props. You guys played the off and y'all won a championship. Kudos. Yeah. But this clown,
they did.
This clown who needs to keep stuffing his mouth with pizza because he loves in his mouth.
Oh no!
When I seen this, I was just like, I hope we don't lose because now your dumb looks stupid, and your boy didn't get no burn.
Yeah,
it's okay though. There's still more Olympics for him. This was the last go around for LeBron and Durant and Curry. Next time it will be a younger team and maybe two Celtics might be on there. Well, there were two Celtics on there. Maybe Brown might actually make the team next time. I would have been more upset over that fact.
Right.
That he didn't make the team. But no, you choose to disrespect our team just because your guy was eating pine. That just goes to show you how much of a loser you are. Just because you're a super fan, well, a stupid fan.
Oh no, stupid fan.
It's just a stupid fan. And listen, Dave. No one cares that you rooted against us because no one likes you anyway. You suck. You suck at talking about pizza. And what does a Bostonian knows about pizza anyway? Like what? Boston ain't known for their pizza. Stop it. Just keep drinking your Samuel Adams and whatever else y'all be doing in Boston.
Oh no. Sam Adams dig. Oh my goodness. Wow. All right. How should I phrase this? All right. Do you think for some reason, and I don't believe this, but for some reason Portnoy believes that Kerr had it in for Tatum. Do you think it was something personal for Steve Kerr, the head coach of USA?
No.
They get a gold medal.
No. Steve Kerr
games. I don't think
so. Listen, he played who I'm sure he played who he felt gave him the best opportunity to win. And so Tatum was not that option. Like when he did go on, he didn't really perform well. Right? It's not like he was shooting lights out.
No, he wasn't.
All right, then. So listen, he's happy he's got a gold medal. I'm sure he would have loved to play more, but now the fact that everybody keeps bringing it up is like drawing a lot of attention to it, and he might feel a certain way now. But listen, man, you got to enjoy a trip to Paris, hang out with some of your boys, and watch LeBron, Durant, and Steph go out in a blaze of glory. So just be happy.
Portnoy. Is he a patriot or a turncoat?
He's a he's the I don't believe that turncoat and patriot. He's a we all know some of those. It's just got this people that got tendencies, and that's what he is. He is a
Oh Lord. Later, we will have Thoughts from the Throne. This is Mentality. Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze god.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do 2 circles, and that translates to, I can beat up black people.
As he takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific Time Zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel. Whether it's news, the largest egg producer finds bird flu in chickens at a Texas plant, weather, devastating tornadoes rip through the heart of the United States, inspiration, a breast cancer survivor completed the journey of chemotherapy and now begins a future one of matrimony, or sports. Michael Jordan is shown on a photo with Diddy. LeBron James has a video extolling the virtues of a Diddy party. This has been yet another Beating a Dead Horse presentation. We got you covered. BS3 Network, in association with Comey Media Incorporated, proudly present The Morning Shift with Cole Johnson. Live every weekday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central. Welcome back to Mentality, where it is the ultimate masculine safe space. With Wise LFA, I am Cole Johnson, and we touched on Dave Portnoy. And for Simone Biles and Deion Sanders, I think we feel compelled to do what we're about to do. We're going to stand in the gap for the both of you. Now, once the Olympic Games wrapped, the controversial commentator, do we even want to say sports? Jason Whitlock had to call Simone Biles, the greatest gymnast of all time, quote, a borderline midget, close quote. Now, last week, he pulled a photo of the 27-year-old on Alex Cooper's Call Her Daddy podcast, and he went on to say the following, quote, Simone Biles' feet don't touch the floor. That's a borderline midget. And we're doing all this. Oh my God, she's the greatest of all time. She's the greatest athlete of all time. Most of us don't even understand gymnastics. We don't know how it's scored. We don't know what's good or bad, but we pretend every 4 years like, oh my God, what an incredible athlete. She's the greatest. She's the Jesse Owens of gymnastics. She's the Serena Williams of gymnastics. She's the Michael Jordan. Close quote. Now, I'll begin by asking this, sir. Why call the greatest gymnast of all time a borderline midget?
Because this fat hates black women. I think he hates black people in general, but he hates black women. I don't know if it's because if they were rejected him when he was younger. But he hates black women. And he keeps proving it with his comments, his ridiculous comments, and his attacks against Simone Biles. And then when I say he hates black people, he continues to attack Dion. He won't keep Dion. He won't keep Dion's name out of his mouth. He's just it's like he loves Dion's in his mouth.
Oh, we're gonna get to that in a minute too.
So this dude is he's funny. He's just funny to me. He does for clickbait. He does to get ratings and approval. But he sucks. He sucks. He sucks at what he does. He doesn't really do reporting. He's a MAGA, so you can imagine all he knows is name calling. That's what I'm saying. If you don't realize that these MAGites, all they good at are name calling, like every single one of them. All they can do is they can't go off of facts. They can't go off of anything. They just good at name calling. Just the fact that she's outshined you at 27
time.
At
only
27
8 years of work.
And you've been working probably for the last 35 years. And you suck. I can see why you're a hater. I can see why you hate on her, because she's gotten further than you ever will in life. She's set for the rest of her life.
She's not even 30 yet. Wow.
You on the blaze.
But he has a show called Fearless.
Okay.
On Blaze.
Okay. It should be how should it be? Blindless, because I don't think nobody see that.
Blindless. Oh. All right. So you mentioned his hatred toward black women. And yes, you also mentioned Dion and comments about him. We'll get to that momentarily too. But the hatred toward black women you say he has, it probably is coupled with what he said before the Olympics began. And he thought it was an outrage that Caitlin Clark, just like Dave Portnoy said, he thought it was an outrage that Caitlin Clark was not a member of the Olympics team. So why does he rail against Caitlin Clark not being at the Olympics, yet Simone Biles gets that work from his mouth?
My man wants to be white. If there was something out there for him to bleach his skin, he would.
He says he wants to be white. No. Oh. That's one of the coldest insults I think you ever levied on somebody. And you actually might have a lot of truth to that. Oh my gosh. Wow. Now, you mentioned Jason Whitlock going ham on Deion Sanders. Well, the Simone Biles comment, that was at the end of last weekend. At the end of at the end of last week. At the end of this past week, Whitlock went to town yet again with a scathing critique of Deion Sanders following his first press conference at the 2024 college football season. And he harshly criticized the Buffalo's football's head coach for his demeanor and responses, giving the performance an F grade and going all alliteration with it by saying that he appeared, talking about Sanders, appeared, quote, fragile, fraudulent, and feminine, close quote. Now, Whitlock went on to say, quote, all of this is ridiculous and incredibly thin-skinned. People are defending Deion for taking on a CBS reporter about something another CBS reporter wrote and refusing to answer questions. You know nothing about coaching. You know nothing about leadership. Close quote. Now, is anything, I mean, we have known of Coach Prime or Deion or Prime Time for at least the last 37, 38 years. Is there anything about Deion Sanders or Coach Prime, anything that he does that is fragile, fraudulent, or feminine?
No. Again, it's hatred. It's hatred.
Oh my
It's
God.
just is this dude. Okay. All right. So what I call our tendencies is someone who basically men who hate on other men because they're more successful than you, they got much more hotter wife than you, they got more money than you, whatever. Or they just might just be cooler than you. Some people just hate on other people because they not them, and he hates on Deion. And this is a man who claims to be Christian,
right? He does.
Claims to be Christian, but you're a Christian man. Right. Are these the values of a Christian man? Attacking another man the way he attacks him?
No, that's not how a Christian man is supposed to rock. No.
And yet this dude continues to do this. This is all he does is attack. Because his focus is getting on those clicks. He wants the click, or he wants the clickbait. He don't care if what he's saying is defaming somebody's character or offending someone. He don't care about that. But I'm telling you, it's gonna happen one day. He's gonna get popped in the mouth.
Oh man, I hope that doesn't happen, but the way he's going, I think it will.
Is it someone, and probably not, because this fat don't go anywhere. He stays in that Blaze studio recording anyway. I don't see him anywhere. I don't see him out and about. I don't see him at local events. Like, I haven't seen, like, last time I probably seen him, I was probably at that Kobe interview where he asked that stupid question. He don't be at no press conferences no more, because I'm sure he afraid someone's gonna run up on him and snuff him. And then he probably called the cops, being a that he is.
Oh my goodness. What makes this even worse is that this dude had to compare Deion or Coach Prime or Mr. Sanders to a character from the former TV series The Wire. Quote, you're insecure about yourself as a head coach, about the environment and the culture you've established within your program. And you're sniffing and snorting your nose like Bubbles from The Wire. He comes out on the defensive, and then it just gets worse from there. Close quote. From this man, why does Deion receive such an onslaught of insults from Whitlock?
Because he's jealous, man. He is jealous. He is jealous that he has not done a quarter of what Deion has done in his life. Deion has lived like 5 lifetimes in his life.
Right.
What the has Jason Whitlock done? What has he done? What is he going to be remembered for? Deanna's going to be remembered for. Deanna's going to be remembered for a lot of things.
Let me see.
What the is Jason Whitlock going to be remembered for?
Let me see. He tried to start up a black wing in ESPN before they booted him out. He was supposed to be a big wig at Fox before they pushed him to the curb. And went to I'll Kick the Coverage, and they split apart. Dang, you got a good point. You got a good point. Now he's with the Blaze.
And he got the crowd that he wants. I thank you for opening your mouth and inserting your foot in it, because you push me to create, like, you encourage me to come on here and just light your fat on fire, boy. Because you just I don't get it, man. You just asking for it, man. You just I don't understand why you hate your people so much. Why? Why do you hate them so much? What have they done to you that you just can't take it? You just can't take your people being successful, being more successful than your dumb.
And now, thoughts from the throne.
Oh man, where do I begin? Where do I begin? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I mentioned this word a lot earlier in the episode. Well, these two words. Well, three words, kind of. Tendencies. What are bitch ass tendencies, you might ask?
Oh Lord.
Well,
one of my
it's when a dude
in an NWA album
that just keeps acting like a little, like everything is offensive to him. Everything bothers him. You don't tag him in the post. Oh my God, you didn't tag me. Or you don't call him. Or like, what are we? I don't understand dudes. They complain and moan and want to act like, I don't know what they want to act like, man. Because I'm not a so I don't know. But you guys out there, y'all need to stop. Y'all need to stop. Grow a set of and just do you, man. I see you shining. Keep doing you. I don't want to waste my time continuously talking about you guys. Well, Dave Portnoy and Jason Whitlock, keep doing what y'all doing, because you're feeding us content and we appreciate that. It's you other bitch ass dudes, irrelevant. That just stop it. Just stop it. Continue to do you, and we'll be good.
All right, so now we're less than 3 months away from electing our next president. And I know there are many men out there who are probably saying, well, the choice is clear between a man and a woman. And some of you have probably even uttered the words, I'll never vote for a woman to lead my country. This is when you need to take that backwards thinking and educate yourself. Do not look at the wrapping. Look at the policy, as like what my partner said. Research the policy. See if it actually aligns with your ethos, if it aligns with what you believe. And then if it so happens to be Donald Trump, fine. Then vote for him. But don't just do it from a straight up look of, one's a man, one's a woman. Oh, I'm gonna vote for the man. Nah, those days are over. And that's what we're built on as men. We're built to respect people. We want respect, but sometimes we got to learn that we also have to give it as well as receive it. We're called to respect others. So start with respect now. Don't open your mouth with foolish thoughts. Open your mouth with wise ones. That's what we're about. That's how we are wired. That's what we should project at all times, even with the presidential race of the United States between a man and a woman. And those are thoughts from the throne. All right, man. Any other thoughts you have before we let the mentality audience go?
No, I just want to let dudes out there know that these are my thoughts, me speaking. No one else on mentality. This is all me. So if dudes take offense, then if you take offense to this, then you're that dude. That's all.
Look, thank you for liking, thank you for sharing, thank you for subscribing, and thank you for hitting that notification bell so that you can catch any and all content that comes from either the Real Wise TV YouTube channel or the Come Media Incorporated YouTube channel. We totally appreciate it. And of course, catch all the programming that we have stuck in my mind for my brother and the morning shift for me. And of course, catch any and all content that actually comes at you from radio, from the Real Wise Radio Network. My man is the CEO of it.
Yeah.
So for Wise LFA, I'm Cole Johnson, here to say in parting, as we always do, our secret technique is that we always speak with mentality. See you next week.
Peace out.
That's 100.
Keep my name out of your mother mouth. That is my thoughts from the throne.
Lord have mercy.